Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Tier 1 Cards and Games in Anchorage, Alaska, where I will be fighting a 1,600-point game between my Dark Angels and Parker's Astra Militarum. So the story that we've got going on here is that a tank regiment was sent into a planet, and after a battle, they were told to raze the planet, just obliterating all of the populace on this planet because it was declared Hereticus, and that the entire planet needed to be cleansed. When the tanks started rolling in, they realized that this was that most of the people on this planet were not following the chaotic cult that had started to take sway in the planet, and they didn't feel it was right. So when they sent back their question, when they were questioned about they questioned the necessity of raising the planet to the ground. They were told to follow orders, so the tank commander in that regiment actually killed the Commissar and sent back notice that they would not be raising the planet. So the Dark Angels were sent in by the Imperium to go bring them back to heel and make sure that they followed orders or were killed in the process. So that's what the story that we've got going on here. We are going to be playing the Retrieval Mission. So there's a couple objectives that we've got going on. There's one right here, one right there, this right here, and then there's where's the other one? Oh, run is right in there. So that's those are the objectives that we're going to go in. That's the story and the mission that we're going to be playing. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the two armies that are going to be fighting it out today. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a battalion detachment. Leading off the detachment, I have a company master and a librarian with a force sword. We have 3 5-man tactical squads, each with a las cannon. We have a 5-man company veteran squad with 4 melta-guns. We have a venerable dreadnought with twin las cannon, fist, and heavy flamer. We have a 5-man devastator squad with 4 multi-meltas. We have 2 drop pods with storm bolters. And last but not least, we have 2 Razorbacks with twin las cannons and a 5-man Hellblaster squad. And for the Astra Militarum, he'll be running a Spearhead detachment and a super heavy auxiliary detachment. Leading off the Spearhead detachment, we have Knight Commander Pask. We have another tank commander with the Exterminator autocannon. We have 3 Demolishers. And last but not least, we have a Hellhammer with 2 sponsons. All right, so those are the armies that we've got playing today. Going over deployment, I've got my Hellblasters over here. I've got one of my tactical squads right here. I've got my Dreadnought, Razorback, Company Master. I've got another tactical squad here, another tactical squad there. Then in drop pod assault, we've got my Devastator squad in 1 drop pod, my company veterans in another drop pod with my librarian. Going over deployment now for Astra Militarum. He's got his Hellhammer over here. We've got Knight Commander Pask over here, or the stand-in for Knight Commander Pask. We've got a Demolisher here. We've got the other tank commander, and then the other 2 Demolishers over on the side over there. So that's what we've got going on. As of right now, Astra Militarum are going first. So, before, unless I can seize the initiative, let's see if I'm a 6. Showing that Phil first. No. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Astra Militarum here on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Astra Militarum here. He stood still. He moved up this way. He shuffled up a little bit, and all 3 of those guys shot up that way. So that is it for movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. So we're going to start off with the Hellhammer here. His main gun and the heavy bolters are going to be firing into my Razorback, and then the las cannons and the auto cannon are going to fire into my Dreadnought over here. So, what are we going to do first?
We're going to do the Warhammer cannon.
Okay.
2d6 shots.
2d6 shots. Ooh, 10 shots. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, 10 shots, hitting on 4s. Woo. That's pretty good.
And then strength 10 minus 4 AP.
Okay, strength 10 minus 4 AP. So, looking for 3s to wound. We've got 3 wounds. Minus 4 AP, that goes through. Is it just 1 wound each, or?
3.
It's 3 wounds each? So that's 9 wounds. He's down to 1. Woo-hoo-hoo. And now we've got the heavy bolters are going to fire into him. So these are going to be hitting on 4s.
Yep, 4s.
Alrighty.
And then wounding on 5.
Alright, and then wounding on 5s. Alright, so we got 3 wounds. 3, but I'm not on terrain, so yeah, so he's not in it, unfortunately. So here comes 3 4-ups. And nope, I failed 2, so he is dead. Does he explode? Oh, he does. So we'll figure that one out, and that is first blood. Alright, so it blew up, caused 1 wound onto the Razorback, 1 onto my company master, killed 1 guy in that squad, killed 2 guys in that squad, and put 3 wounds onto my Dreadnought. So, yeah, off to a rough start. And now the last cannons are going to fire into my Dreadnought, hitting on 4s. Alright, so it's 2 hits, wounded on 3s, got 1 wound, AP -3, so 6-up save. No, goes through. The damage, D6 damage, 3 damage. So he's got a Venerable Dreadnought, so he's got 3 6-ups because of being Venerable. Nope, none of those, so 3 more down. And now the big cannon there is going to fire into him. So, oh no, I'm sorry, not the battle, the auto cannon there is going to fire, not the big one. The big one's out of range. So 2 shots hitting on 4s. No hits there. All right. So now, Knight Commander Pass is going to order this tank here to Gunner's Kill on sight into him, right? Yep, so this is going to be re-rolling 1s to hit. So,
D3 shots.
D3 shots. We got 1 shot, hitting on a 4. Nope, nothing there. And now the Heavy Bolters are going to fire into here. Hitting on 5s because he moved, so it's 2 hits. Wounding on 5, so that's 1 wound. 1 4-up save. He's good with the fill phase. Woo! And now he is going to order him with Gunner's Kill on my sight into him. So again, re-rolling 1. So the main shot is D3 shots. All right, 2 shots, hitting on 4s. All right, 1 hit, strength 10. Strength 10, so wounded on 3. No wound there. And now the Heavy Bolters are going to fire, hitting on 5s because he moved. All right, nothing there. Oh, re-rolling 1s to hit. I forgot about that. Nope, not again though. And now he's going to fire into him over here. So D3 shots from the main gun. All right, 3 shots, hitting on 4s. That one's cocked there, yeah. All right, so that's 1 hit. Wounding on 3, that's a wound. -4 AP, so I got nothing. So D6 damage. All right, 5 damage. And now the Heavy Bolter is going to fire, hitting on 5s. It's 1 hit. Wounding on a 5, nope, nothing there. And now he's going to fire all of his Heavy Bolters into my Razorback and the autocannons into him. So what are we going to do first? Autocannon first, so hitting on 4s. Oh, hitting on 3s, because he's a Knight Commander. Or not Knight Commander, but Tank Commander, thank you, that's the word I was looking for. Strength 7, so wounding on a, 1 second. All right, 7 to 7, so wounding on a 4. No wound there. All right, now 9 Heavy Bolter shots going into him. Hitting on 3s.
No 4s.
Oh, hitting on 4s, sorry. Oh, that's right, because he moved, I forgot, sorry. Okay. And then wounding on 5s. So that's 2 wounds. 2 4-ups. And I make 1 of them. And to finish it up, Knight Commander Pass is going to pop smoke, and that is it for the Astra Militarum turn here. So pretty brutal turn there. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. All right, movement phase here for the Dark Angels. These guys advanced up this way. They stood still. Everybody else, he kind of shuffled back over this way a bit. And then these guys came in. So they dropped in over here. He dropped in over here. And that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, psychic phase. Starting off the psychic phase, he is going to do smite into him. So 2d6, looking for 5. Getting it with 7. I'm actually going to spend a command point to reroll that because I want to see if I can get 10. Nope. Can't get 10, so that's still D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds. I'll take it. And then he's going to cast Mind Worm into him. So, looking for a 6. Getting it with a 6, so he takes another mortal wound. All right. All right, so we're going to start the shooting phase of the multi-melty guys shooting into him over here. The red one's going to be the one with the Signum. So we've got 3 that are going to be hitting on 4s because they moved. They're heavy weapons. The red one's going to be hitting on a 3 because it's +1 ballistic skill. So looking for 4s and 3. All right, I got those ones and not the Signum ones. Sounds good. So these are strength, toughness 8, strength 8, toughness 8. So looking for 4s to wound. I'm going to re-roll this one. All right, so that is 3 wounds, AP -4. So it just goes through. So these are within 12 inches. So these are going to be 2d6, pick the highest. So the first one here is 4. Then we've got the second one, which is 6. And the third one, which is cocked, is just 3. So down to 10. That's oh, down to 9. That's pretty good. I'll take that. And then he's gonna, the sergeant's gonna shoot his bolt pistol on a 3. It's a hit on a 6. Hey, that's a wound. 2 up, 3 up armor. No, it goes through. So he bolt pistols him down a wound. I'll take that. And now these guys are gonna fire into him with the 4 melt-a-gun. So 4 shots hitting on 3s. Okay, not as good this time. Wounding on 4s. We got 1 wound. It goes through. So no, they're not in melter range because they had to be 9 inches away. So here we go. Wounding, or let's see, D6 wounds. Oh, okay, D6 wounds. 5 wounds. All right. All right. So now the storm bolters from these 2 are going to fire into him, hitting on 3s. All right, that's a lot of 1s and 2s. A lot of 1s and 2s. Holy cow. All right, wounded on 6s. No wounds there. Forgot about the other guy from there as a bolt pistol. That's a hit. That is not a wound. And the librarian's gonna shoot his bolt pistol. That's a hit. Wish I'd saved that for this one. Yeah. All right, so moving on. He is gonna fire his las cannon into Pask over there. So 1 shot. He's gonna be hitting on 4 though because he's -1 to hit because of Pask popped smoke. So hitting on a 4. No. And now my dreadnought's gonna fire into his tank commander over there. So 2 shots hitting on 3s. Oh, hitting on 2s. Sorry. All right, that's 2 hits. Strength 9, wounding on 3s. I got 2 wounds. 2 6-up saves. Makes 1 of them. So D6 damage. 6 damage. I'll take that. This guy up here is going to shoot into the commander over there with the las cannon. So hitting on a 3. No hit. This guy here is going to fire into the tank commander, hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 3. Whoa, sorry. That's a wound. 6-up save. No, it goes through. D6 wounds. 1 wound. Oh. And now he is going to fire into this guy here. So he's going to hit on 4s because he's down to 3 wounds there. So 2 shots hitting on 4s. Okay, rerolling 1s because of the commander there, but no. Okay, forearm. And then there's 2 bolters that are in range over here shooting into them because you always got to roll your dice. Hitting on 3s. All right, 1 hit. Looking for a 6. Hey, that's a wound. 3-up save. Hey, he's good. All right, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the Dark Angels turn here. So we will come back to you after a movement phase for the Astra Militarum on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Astra Militarum. He backed up 4 inches, looking out to these guys over here. He shot over this way. He moved up this way. And these guys all moved up over this way. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, Knight Commander Pask is going to fire into this squad over here. So what are we going to start off with?
Let's start with the heavy bolters.
All right, we're going to start out with the heavy bolters over here. So we've got 9 shots from the heavy bolters. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Okay, and now strength 5 looking for 3s to wound. Alright, so that is 4 wounds.
It works. It looks like something with
4, -1 AP, +1 AP because of the cover there. So it's going to be 3-up saves. And I failed 2 of them. And now we have the Punisher cannon that's going to fire into them. Hitting on 3s. Oh, hitting on 2s. All right. Now these are strength what?
5.
Strength 5, so wounding on 3s. Oh man, that's a lot of shots.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh wow. Okay.
They do get 2 up armor.
Yep. So this is going to be 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. So we got 8, 9, 10, 11. So we got 11 2-up saves. Come on. Don't show me 3 1s. Don't show me 3 1s. I said don't show me 3 1s. What did I tell you about showing me 3 1s? So that squad is, yeah, they're dead. So now this tank commander here is going to order onto the guy on the far side there, gunner's kill on sight, and he's going to shoot into my Razorback over there. So, D3 shots. We got 2 shots, hitting on 4s. Ooh, nothing there. Now the heavy bolter, hitting on 5s, wounding on a 5. No, no wound. And now he's gonna fire on him. So we got D3 shots. Ooh, 3 shots. 3 shots looking for hitting on 4s. All right, 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. That's a wound. AP -4. Yeah, so that goes through D6 or D3? D6. So yeah, he did. Does he explode? Don't do this to me. You did it before. No, okay, the opposite. I'll take that. All right, now his tank commander is going to fire everything into my dreadnought over there. He's going to be hitting on 5s because he's down to 4 wounds. So we got the autocannons first, hitting on 5s. That one's cocked. Okay, so 3 hits. That's pretty good. Wounding on 4s. Oh, nothing there. And now the heavy bolter shot's going to fire into him, hitting on 6s because he moved. All right, so that is 1 hit. Wounding on a 5. That's a wound. AP -1, so looking for a 4 up. He's good. All right, so because he moved, he actually can't fire because because he's down to 5 wounds. He'd be his ballistic skill is at 6+, but he doesn't have any special rules that let him ignore the movement penalty. So all of those heavy weapons that he has would just be firing on 7+, which you can't do. So that's weird. So he's going to pop smoke, and that'll be the end of the shooting phase. So we'll come back to you with the assault phase. All right, so he is going to charge into these guys over here. So we've got 4 multi-meltas, and the red is going to be the bolt pistol from the sergeant. So these are all going to be hitting on 6s. Oh, I am, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna spend a command point. Let's see what I can do here. Spend the command point. Oh, so close. I wanted that so bad. All right, so here we go. Here's his charge distance, and he makes it. So we'll come back to you with the fight phase. And yeah, he's in. So now he's going to, he has 3 attacks here. He's going to be hitting on 5s. All right, 3 attacks hitting on 5s. That's 2 hits. Strength, I think, is, what, 9? So he's going to be wounding on 2s, and he's AP what? Ooh, 1 second. Figuring this one out.
-2, sorry.
Anyway, AP -2, and he's going to be strength 9. So wounding on 2s. So we got 2 wounds. Looking for 5 ups. Make one of them. All right, now the 4 guys that are left over there are going to attack back. So hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on 6s. No, the opposite of that. All right, so that is the end of the Astra Militarum turn here on turn 2. We'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here. They stood still where they were, basically. They fell back from combat. These guys moved up over this way, and everybody else stood still. So that is it for the movement phase. Moving on to the psychic phase, he is going to cast Smite onto him over there. So, looking for 5. Getting it with 6. So, D3 wounds. 1 wound. And now trying to cast Mind Worm onto him. That goes off. Oh, I wish it was the other way around. So, that's another 1 hull point. All right, now these guys are going to fire into him in the shooting phase. Got 4 Meltaguns hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on 4s. Oh, I'm going to spend a command point on one of these. Oh. All right, so we got 1 wound. AP -4, so it just goes through, right? It just goes through. So roll 2 because they're within melta range. So come on, show me at least a 3. Oh, okay. So it is. It will be dead. Let's see if it explodes. Oh no, it does. This is yeah, this is going to get brutal. All right, it's within 2d6 range, so within 6 inches, which I believe is going to be like pretty much everything of mine and nothing of his. So we'll come back to you with that. So he blew up, putting 3 wounds onto my drop pod, killing all but 1 of my company veterans, killing my librarian, putting another 3 wounds onto this drop pod, and then killing 2 of those guys. So yeah, super brutal. All right, so we'll keep moving on here. All right, now these guys are going to supercharge their plasma, and they're going to shoot into Knight Commander Pass there. So we got 10 shots hitting on 3s. We got 2 that are going to be dead, which is not great. But we got a whole bunch that aren't dead. So these are Strength 8, Toughness 8, so wounding on 4s. Oh, come on. 2 wounds, AP -3. He's got 6 up saves. Nope, those go through, so that's 4 wounds. Oh, and he's got this tenacious, his warlord trait, so on 6s, he ignores them. No, so that is 4 wounds onto him. Dreadnought is going to fire into Knight Commander Pask over here. So 2 shots, hitting on 3s. All right, 2 hits, wounding on 3s. That's 1 wound. 6 up save. Nope, it goes through. So D6 wounds. 4 wounds. 4 6-ups because of his warlord trait? No, those all go through. Now this last cannon guy is going to fire into Knight Commander Pask. Hitting on a 3. No. Oh, rerolling once because of the company master there. That's a hit. Wounding on a 3. Nope. What? And then the bolter guy from his squad there is going to fire into his tank commander there. On a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 6. Nope. And now this last cannon guy is going to fire into Pask over here. Hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 3. That's a wound. 6 up. Oh, and he does. And then 2 guys with bolters are going to fire into this tank commander there. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on a 6. No, nothing there. And that, I think, is going to be it for the Dark Angels' turn here. We will come back to you. No, we've still got, we got morale test. All right, so he lost 4 guys there. Oh, cocked. 4 plus 3 is 7. He's good. And then they lost 2, so they should be fine. And they lost 2, so they're going to be fine. So that is it for the shooting phase. That is it for the Dark Angels' turn here on turn 2. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Astra Militarum on turn 3. All right, movement for the Astra Militarum. These guys moved up over this way. These guys all moved up over this way, and that is it for movement. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off, Knight Commander Pass is going to order Gunner's kill on sight to him. He's going to fire into him. So we've got D3 shots with the main gun. 2 shots. So hitting on 4s. All right, 1 hit. Strength 10, so wounding on 2. No wound. He's going to spend a command point, and that'll do it. So AP -4, right? So D6 wounds. 3 wounds, so 1 is dead. And now the heavy bolters hitting on 5s. Oh no, nothing. All right, so the autocannons from there are going to fire into my dreadnought. The heavy bolters into the tactical squad there. So the the autocannons here hitting on 4s because of his wound. All right, 3 hits, pretty good. Wounding on 4s. We got 2 wounds. AP -1, so 2 4-up saves. And I make 1 of them. 2 damage. So here it goes. I need to make 1 of these 6-ups for his venerable. Otherwise he's dead. Come on. Show me a fill face. Show me a fill face now and not after this. Show me a fill face. No fill face. I'm going to spend a command point. Come on, I really want to see this fill face. Yeah, the fill face! So he's still alive! And now the heavy bolters are going to fire into this squad over here. So hitting on 5s because he moved. All right, so that is 2 hits. We got there. All right, so 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. All right, that's 2 wounds. AP -1, +1 because of cover, so 3 ups. Whoa, get back here. Failed 2 of them. And he is going to order Gunner's kill on sight to him. He is going to fire his main gun at the other tactical squad there. And heavy bolters are going to fire into them. So, the D3 for the other one. So 3 shots. Wounding on 2s. Oh, hitting on 4s, so nothing there. Now the heavy bolters hitting on 5s. Got 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. No, nothing there. And he's going to fire all his guns into him. So D3 shots. 3 shots. Oh boy. Hitting on 4s. Oh boy. 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. No! No, nothing there. He's gonna spend a command. Oh no, we already did. Yeah. Oh man. And here come the heavy bolters, hitting on fives. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. So that's 1 wound. Oh boy. 3-up save. He's good with a fill phase. Woo! All right, and last but not least, Knight Commander Pask here is going to fire his heavy bolters into my Dreadnought and his Punisher Cannon into these guys over here. So we're going to start with the heavy bolters first. So these are going to be hitting on 4s. Alrighty. So we've got 3 hits. Yeah, hitting on 4s because he moved. And wounding on 5s. We got 1 wound. Oh boy. 3-up save. Oh, no, heavy bolters, -1. So, although, is he... Hold on a second. All right, he's actually 50% obscured and in terrain there, so he's got +1 to there. So this is a 3-up save. He's good with a fill phase. Woo! And now the Punisher Cannon is going to fire into these guys over here. So we've got 20 shots that are going to be... 20, right? Yeah, 20 shots that are going to be coming into them here. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Oop, dropping the dice. Hitting on 3s because he's wounded there.
Wounding on 3s.
Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. Ooh. All right.
It's like 7th except for 1.
Yep. And now wounding on 3s.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so that's 3, 6, 7, 8 wounds. 7, 8 wounds. 8 3-up saves. Failed 1 of them. All right. All right, and that is it for the Astra Militarum turn here on turn 3. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 3. All right, so movement phase for the Dark Angels here. He advanced up this way. They advanced up this way. They just moved up to there. He moved over to there, and everyone else just stood still. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase, because my librarian is dead. Yep. All right, so these guys here are going to fire into Pask. They are going to use supercharge their guns there, so hitting on 3s. All right, 1 will be dead. 2 hits. Wounding on 4. Oh, I am going to spend a command point. Nope, okay. All right, this last cannon guy is going to fire into Pask. Hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 3. That's a wound. 6-up save. Oh, all your dice are over this side, sorry. 6-up save. No, it goes through. D6. He's going to spend a command point. 6-up save. No, close. But D6 wounds. Come on, show me 4. 3. Ah, he's down to 1. Still alive. And now he's got 3 6-ups because of his Warlord trait. No, those all go through. This last cannon guy is going to fire into the middle tank over there. So hitting on a 3. No hit there. And then he's going to fire into the middle guy over there. Hitting on 3s because he moved, so -1 to that. So hitting on 3s. Okay. But rerolling 1s because of the commander. Okay, so I got 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. That's a wound with a 6. So looking for a 6-up save. No, that goes through. So D6 wounds. 2 wounds. All right. 2 bolters and a bolt pistol are going to fire into this guy over here. Hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 6s. Show me them fill faces. We got 1 fill face. 3-up save. He's good. And his heavy flamer, I'm sorry, into him. So D6 hits. 2 hits. Strength 5, wounding on 3s. Oh, wounding on 5s, sorry. No, nothing there. All right, that is it for the shooting phase. So on to the assault phase. My Venerable Dreadnought is going to charge into him over there. So D3 shots with the main gun. 1 shot. Hitting on a 6. No hit. Then 3 shots with the heavy bolters here. So 3 heavy bolter shots hitting on 6s. Oh no, we got 1 hit. Wounding on a 5. No wound there. His charge distance is in. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so we're gonna activate my Dreadnought first. He's got 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. I'm gonna spend a command point on that. All right, so that is 3 hits. That was actually my last command point. So now 3 hits, wounding on 3s because it becomes strength 12, toughness 8. So that is 2 wounds, 2 AP -3, so 6 ups. No, those go through. So those are 3 damage each. So that is down 6 wounds. All right. And now he's going to attack back with D3 attacks. So 3 attacks, hitting on 6s. Oh, we got 1, wounding on a 4. No wound there. So that is it for the Dark Angels' turn here. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Astra Militarum on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Astra Militarum. Pask advanced over this way. He moved up over here. He moved up over here. He fell back from combat, and then he moved up over there. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off here, Knight Commander Pask is going to give him the order of Gunner's Kill on Sight to him, and he is going to fire in. What are you going to fire? Everything into him? Everything into him. So let's see. D3 shots, 1 shot, hitting on a 4. That's a hit. Wounding on a 2. That's a wound. AP -4, so +1 because he's in cover, so it becomes a 6 up. Show me that fill first. No, so that will go through. D6 damage, and he is dead. And then he is going to order himself full throttle because we looked at his rules, and the Knight Commander, or the Tank Commander special rule says he can't order characters, but there's nothing in there that says anything about him not being able to order characters, and all the rules are allowed to be unto themselves, so he's going to do that. So he's going to move in, go full throttle, so move in advance 10 inches because he's down to 1 wound. All right, so he is going to fire his autocannons into my Dreadnought and then his heavy bolters into that guy up there. So we're going to go with the autocannons first. These are going to be hitting on 4s because he's down to 4 wounds. All right, 2 hits, wounding on 4s. I got 1 wound, AP -1, so it becomes a 3-up save, or 4-up save. He's good, woo! And now the heavy bolters into the 1 lonely guy up there, hitting on 5s because they moved. So 2 hits, wounding on 3s. That's 2 wounds, 3-up saves because it's AP -1, and he's in cover. No, he goes down. And now he is going to fire everything into my Dreadnought there because he doesn't like that he's all up in his face. So the D3 shots. Oh, 3 shots, hitting on 4s. All right, 2 hits, wounding on 3s. Got 2 wounds, AP -4, so those just go through. D6 wounds. We got 5 wounds. All right, I need to make 5 6-ups. Show me 5 fill faces, and I will woo louder than I've ever wooed before. Show me them fill faces. Show me 5 fill faces. 5 fill faces! No, not even a single one. So, yeah, he did. But does he blow up? He does! Oh, everything is blowing up. Apparently, this atmosphere is just full of promethium, and everything's blowing up. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so he blew up, putting 2 wounds onto him, 2 wounds onto him, or 3 wounds onto him, killing a Space Marine there and putting a wound onto my company master. So that is it for the Astra Militarum turn here. So we'll come back to you. Yeah, no one needs to take a save there. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. He advanced. They advanced. He shuffled back, and they stood still. And that is it. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase here on turn 4. All right, Las Cannon Bro is going to fire into Pask over here, hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 3. That's a wound. 6-up save. No. He's going to spend his command point and reroll that. No, it goes through. D6 wounds. 1 wound. 6-up. No! So he is dead. He's not within range to kill anybody. So that is Slay the Warlord. Woo! And now the bolter guys from that squad are going to fire into here. Actually, the sergeant's going to throw a crack grenade. So, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on a 6. Nope, nothing there. And then the company master is going to fire his pistol into him over there. Hitting on... not a 1. Alright. Oh, but he gets to reroll 1s because of him. Yeah, that's a hit. Looking for a 6. No, nothing there. I guess it was meant to have a 1 come up. And that is the end of the Dark Angels turn here on turn 4. We'll come back to you after Astra Militarum movement on turn 5. All right, movement phase. These guys all moved up around here. He moved up around the corner there, looking at my company master. And that is it for the movement phase, so we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. He is going to order full throttle on him, so he is going to move in advance. 1, so he's, what is he going to be moving? 7 plus 1, all right. 7 plus 3, my bad. All right, now his tank commander is going to fire everything into my tactical squad over there. So we're going to have the autocannons first. Hitting on 4s, because he didn't move? Oh, he didn't move, I'm sorry. So hitting on 4s. All right, so that's 3 hits. Strength 7, wounding on 2s. 3s, sorry, 3s. That's 3 wounds, AP minus 1. So plus 1 because of cover, so 3 ups. And I failed one of them. And now the heavy boulder shots hitting on 4s because he didn't move. Ooh, not as good. All right, so 3 hits, wounding on 3s. All right, so that's 1 wound. 3 up save. He's good. And now he's going to fire all his weapons into the tactical squad. So the demolished cannon, D3 shots. Ooh, 3 shots. Hitting on 4s. I got 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. We got 2 wounds. AP minus 4. So plus 1 because of cover. Looking for 6 ups. No, don't make it. So they're going to be, that's just dead. Boop. And then he's going to fire everything into my company master there. So we've got the demolisher, D3 shots. 3 shots. Wounding on, hitting on, oh, that's right. Still hitting on 4s. All right, so that's 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. That's 1 wound. He's going to spend his last command point. That's 2 wounds. 2 6-up saves. Show me them filled faces. No, nothing there. Wait, let me see. Well, there's still 1, so he doesn't get. That's not going to be it. 2d6 damage. Yeah, he is dead, and that is Slay the Warlord. And that is it for the Astra Militarum turn here on turn 5. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 5. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. He ran over to this objective. They ran up, advanced up to that objective. They both advanced. So that is it for movement for the Dark Angels, and that is it for their turn. So here it comes. This is the end of turn 5. So now Parker is going to roll a d6. On a 3-up, we go on to turn 6. On a 1 or a 2, the game is over. So let's see. What's it going to be? A 3, so it goes on to turn 6. So we will come back to you after a movement phase for the Astra Militarum here on turn 6. All right, movement for Astra Militarum. He moved up here, he moved over that way, and he moved under there to claim the objective over there. So that is it for the movement phase. Are you going to have any shooting, or are you going to have?
Order, move.
Okay, so he's going to full throttle. He is going to order full throttle onto him, so he will move in advance 3 additional inches, so 13 inches. So that's it for the for Astra Militarum here on turn 6. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 6. All right, movement for the Dark Angels here is he moved up over this way to get a view on him. He stood still and he moved up that way to get a view on him. And that is it for the movement phase. So we're going to go straight into the shooting phase. We're going to start with him firing into him. So hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 4. That's a wound. Goes through because it's AP minus 4. So he's within 6. So 2d6. 2 wounds. All right, so now this squad, he is going to fire into him. He is going to fire into him. So we're going to go with the guy who moved into him. Hitting on a 4. That's a hit. Wounding on a 4. That's a wound. That's nothing goes through, so D6 wounds. 6 wounds, so he is dead, but he's not going to be able to blow up anybody. And then the other guy, into this one go here. Hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounded on a 4. No wound there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of this game. We realized at the end of turn 5 there, at the end of turn 5, I held 2 objectives. He held 1. But then on his turn 6, he moved over there, grabbed that objective over there. So he held 2 objectives. I held 2 objectives. So we were tied on that. We both had Slay the Warlord. We both had Linebreaker. But he also had First Blood. So there was nothing I could do because of the range of my weapons to knock him off of the objectives over here. in order for me to get a win. So I knew it wasn't going to happen, so I wanted to see if I could just kill as many tanks as possible. So, yeah, that was a pretty brutal game. The fact that he took out most of those guys over there by blowing up was hilarious and awesome. I very much enjoyed that. Yeah, I don't know what it was going on. I think there was something in the air that made just every single tank, just any kind of vehicle, just explode and take out everyone around it. So I guess that'll teach us to to make sure we check a leaky gas line on this planet once we get it. So yeah, that was an awesome, fun game. Man, that that Hellhammer was a brute. 26 wounds. That was killer. Trying to take that down, but you know, apparently the way you take it down is just a buttload of Melta. And it goes to show you that drop pods with Melta are still a very viable thing. I took down his Hellhammer down to, what was it, like 5 wounds on 1 round of shooting? That's pretty brutal. But again, he just played it very well. I had my guys that were stuck back here. They couldn't move up, so he was like, all right, well, we'll just switch places. And he just moved all his tanks up here and took my objectives away from me. And yeah, that was pretty brilliant. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I certainly did. I have been Phil the Glacial Geek as always. My opponent's been Parker. And until next time, have fun.